ready to get started?
Yep.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, thanks for showing up, everybody. Guess we're gonna start with action items. So we need to approve the minutes.
I move to approve the minutes.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Okay. How about the bills for January?
Look at that beautiful water electric bill.
Okay, where's it at? Because I don't know how to.
Underwater, Rocky Mountain Tower.
$650.
Versus $1,600.
Nice. Sounds to me like somebody's paying for themselves.
Part of it. I'll make a motion to pay the bill.
A second.
All in favor? Okay, thanks. Maintenance report.
Two things, the heavy snow, sorry we were a little bit late, but I think it was a good thing. I think Curtis and I have talked, it's probably good to wait till it stops snowing anyways, but between Guy and I, we got the tractor moving, and he went ahead of me, and we got, in roughly 3.5, 4 hours, we got the streets clear. We had a lot of help out there. Alan was out there. We had a lot of people out on other little tractors, clearing driveways, so that was a big help for us too. But so it was a community-wide, really. But it was good to have the tractor going.
Looks like you're running around today.
Yes, I took some gravel around to some of the slicker intersections. There's a few that are still pretty icy. So,
Did you fill our hole?
of course I did. Didn't you notice?
I did notice, but I was like, did you?
And there's one down in front of Lloyd Britton's place that I just filled it too. But Guy has mentioned that if I keep those holes filled with something,
Keeps it from breaking.
yeah, it keeps them from breaking up, and the frostings won't be so bad this spring. So we got that, and I do have, I got the new parts in for the tractor, and they were installed today. The other side's leaking, that's why I did it. It's continuing.
But it's just signs, it's
It's just-
time for,
It's just,
well, at least a
maintenance.
truck with a plow.
yeah. So yeah, but it's working, it's doing good. This heavy snow, our pond levels jumped 2 inches this last week.
Oh, wow.
So we went from 15 inches up to 13 inches, so we may have to divert to Firth a little quicker than we wanted to. We'll have to see how the next few storms. But I plowed out to the pond so I can monitor them a little bit closer than, because I don't want to walk out there. I'm fat and old and I don't I'd rather drive. But so that is, we are coming up a little bit. I don't know that I'm too worried because we can divert. Firth has been working with us pretty good, so. And on the roads, I have heard that the county's gonna be sending us a letter that Goshen Road does not have drainage, and they want us to fix it.
And I'm thinking we're gonna call the gas line people or somebody and have them fix it because they're the ones who dug it up and.
I still have, I have a little bit of heartache about it because that road has not changed one bit in the 25 years I've been here. And why hasn't the county ever complained about it before?
What do you mean it doesn't have drainage?
All the ponds along, you know how it puddles all along on the north side of Goshen Road?
There's supposed to be little ditches.
Like in my basement? Yeah.
Yeah.
Like literally everywhere.
What's happened, and it's happened all over the city, is we like our front places to park, and we bring in gravel and in some cases asphalt. I'm not putting out any names. I can give you his initials, Sal and Kremen.
Not naming any names, but.
But those were intended to have a hump over the road and then drainage on the sides. So as we've beautified our lawns and taken care of it, and that goes for Goshen Road too, there's no more drainage. There's none there.
In the spring, Black Diamond's gonna come and we're gonna take out a big portion of that so it drains.
Yeah, it will go right into the manhole right there.
It is right now.
Yeah.
Well,
You're contributing
the
to our
ma-
sewer
the
pond issue?
The mayor raised the neighbor's driveway, so there is no drainage now.
Yeah. But, I mean, that has happened, and it's just over the course of years. I mean, the buildup along the sides of the roads.
All the borrow pits were taken out.
Yeah.
We had great borrow pits here.
Yeah, so in one of our engineering studies, our roads are horrible for drainage, all of them in town. The problem with Goshen Road is there are some like phone lines and stuff that are not very far underneath the dirt. And so I don't know how much we can really dig up and make borrow pits again. So I guess I'm waiting to see the letter, and then I think the commissioners are gonna hear from me.
Good.
Because I really feel like that's the two worst roads in our city are Goshen Road and Oregon Road, and they take the heaviest truck traffic between the farmers and Idaho Supreme, and then,
Windmills.
well, yeah, the windmills didn't do us any favors, but Snake River Valley Irrigation, all their heavy traffic, and what other little communities that have to pay for heavy trucking on their roads? That's horrible.
I'd be kind of curious to see on the letter, because the county can't dictate to you on what you do with your roads.
And it's only been,
So, I mean,
Yeah,
it's just been
So
since
far, it's just
this.
been a conversation.
Yeah.
well, if they want to cooperate and help, great.
They don't.
Well, at one time weren't they like, oh, that's your responsibility? And then when we were like, well, you didn't get permission to drive to the windmills on there, they were like, well, that's our road. Cause then they were like, you have to fix the bridge.
Well, and supposedly, like, they were supposed to fix any issues with that road, but there's no proof of what the road looked like.
Well, there is. So,
Yeah, I did this-
they came through and did a video and a full
Yeah, but
inspection.
nobody-
That's magically disappeared.
Yeah.
No, we could get it, guaranteed. If
Dusty says it's no longer there, and Guy says that they stole it off of
Yeah,
his.
I don't believe that. I think the county's absolutely got it.
Well, we missed our timeline to have.
Well, so they did the the inspection beforehand and after, but when they did the inspection after, there were no perceivable problems, because that got all forwarded through everybody. So,
Yeah, when Dusty talked to me, he said, oh, I can't find that video, I don't know
yeah,
where it's
they got
at.
it. But they did the inspections, and so I don't think the windmills were the,
That's not what's causing the potholes. Potholes are caused because the borrow pits are full.
They are right. When there's a puddle there, it goes underneath the blacktop,
Yeah.
and then it makes it squash.
The biggest issue is that, like I say, when Dusty took over, he implemented the fact that little communities like this, it's county road, city maintained. And he even told that to me, he told me it's a county road, city maintained. He told the guy that, that's why they don't. And I don't know, Dusty seems like a nice guy, but he doesn't wanna help,
They've got the same budget problems everybody's got,
so.
so it goes around, but they can't force a bill on the city.
Yeah, and I don't know how, anyway, so I'll be curious to see what they have to say. It's just something to be thinking about, I guess. Because that's gonna be a huge expense. We can put borrow pits in a little bit, but really the whole road needs to be raised. That's my thoughts, but I'm
And
not
then
an
everybody will
engineer.
raise their stuff up to it.
Yeah,
There's probably can be some.
I know if I
big
did
people
that.
there.
Well, my house sits in a hole,
yeah.
so that's why it comes this way and this way, and then just goes right into my window. Every year. But I can't raise anything. We'll have a ledge out front.
Well, and that's what, like Tom over here, he built the berm in front of his place,
Yeah,
because it tunnels.
we just invested in pumps.
Yeah.
That's all we can do. We can't, I mean, there's nothing else we can do. We tried everything.
Yours, I think, is probably the worst as far as houses are concerned, but the rest, all along there, up there at, yeah, got it. Zach's place, that's a big problem, that's one of them. Down here by Trent's is a big problem. And from Trent's, the whole next block is a pretty big problem there. Like say, we can put asphalt in there, but it's not really gonna solve the problem without putting borrow pits in. So that may be something that comes up.
Yeah.
Just a heads up.
We'll get more info.
Have you had any issues with the cars on the road?
We haven't really forced that one yet.
We haven't, and there are a lot of cars out there, but
So Reardon's got a trailer over here, FYI, that somebody's probably living in, so you probably have to check
the
that
camp trailer, is it back? It left.
today.
It wasn't there
It was there
yesterday.
when I went home today, and there was a car sitting right by the side of it.
Might check that out.
Well, guy's got one parked right next to his trailer too, that may or may not have somebody living in it. I don't know, it's his mobile home that's back there. There's a camp trailer that's parked like door to door with his mobile home. So I don't know.
It's an addition?
I don't know, I was gonna ask him the next time I saw him,
Yeah. Okay.
but I haven't seen any other people living in trailers. I know Lundquist, I haven't seen any activity over there. And that trailer over here, I did notice it, but it was gone yesterday,
Oh,
so.
maybe they went to Denver.
I was just gonna say, yeah, maybe they went to Denver.
And that could be,
Very well.
could be, but, were you gonna send out a letter?
Well, that's what
The newsletter?
well, oh,
For
yeah,
about
for the cars, but yeah.
Then on the cars, if you get in a position where you need one to tow, the sheriff's office is good under the new, they've got their ducks in a row policy wise. So the way they'll handle that is they'll tag it, so it's on public property. They'll tag it, and they'll do the notifications through the VIN number, like they're supposed to.
Okay.
But then the tow portion would be up to the city to contract with whomever to do that. So Justin over with Body Shop, Firth, I know he's his operative for it, so he'll do the tows and collect, out of the storage fees and the tow fees from the vehicle and take the risk there. I don't know, but I would assume he would do something the same way with Basalt, because I don't know why he wouldn't.
Yeah.
So that portion if there was a tow bill ultimately to be paid, that would be the city's responsibility. So you want to have that agreement with somebody like Justin, that they take the risk of being able to collect it out of the car.
Okay,
Then but otherwise you're good to go.
okay.
All right. Got a little bit more of a garbage charge.
Yeah, so garbage fees went up on this new bill. It went from, what they were charging us was $17.31 a can. now it's $18.55, so what's a $1.24 increase? We were charging $17.68 when we did the thing. So my question is, do we just add $1 so we keep it even numbers across the board? But we can't do that today, we'll have to go through a public hearing.
So what are you saying? We were charging, how's that even number across the board?
Well, because to the other numbers, so right now our bill, 129.
Oh, so it'd go up to 130.
So we technically need to up it 87 cents to meet their $18.55.
Okay,
So if we just rounded that to $1 to keep our bill.
how is our garbage fund? Is it okay? Do we have a garbage fund like we have a water and sewer fund?
Right, like as long as people are paying their bill.
You need to create more of a cushion.
That's what I'm trying to ask.
Okay, so, yeah, I mean, that's, I guess ultimately up to you. There's a tiny cushion, itty bitty, I don't know how much of a cushion you can build, because we contracted that out.
Well, yeah, but
And then the other cushion built in is on the second cans, they only charge us $10.05 a can, and we can't split the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So we charge $17.68 right now for each can.
Okay.
So that's also kind of a little cushion there.
But it sounds like we should have a little bit more of a cushion.
Yeah, well, that's up to you guys.
Because if we don't have much of a cushion, I'd like to have a bigger cushion. And if we're gonna raise it anyway, why can't we raise it $2? And
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I know nobody likes to pay more, and I'm in that camp, but if we've already
I
gotta
love
do it,
I love
I know, we've talked how much you love to pay your bills.
She likes to take all
She's
my money.
weird.
and
So that's just something, I'm just gonna throw that out there as something for us to think about. Is
Yeah, I mean,
maybe now's the time to raise it an extra $1 or $2.
I've wondered like how much of a cushion you wanna build in, because really like, the only problem is if people don't pay their bill, right, then you want enough there to at least
Right.
meet the bill.
So
Don't have a ton of.
besides
other
covering the
expenses.
bill, what else do we need a garbage cushion for?
I guess Brian's time picking up garbage cans if they're broken or need to be taken, or,
Okay,
I don't know.
We don't
There's
wanna
not a
keep
huge-
raising the bill. We wanna raise it and get it tabled somehow so that we're not.
usually better.
Right.
yeah, I agree with Alan. I'd rather do a nice little, not a huge hike, but you know, like, okay, a $5 hike now, and then we have that cushion, so that if another something comes along, we can kind of protect ourselves and them just a little bit, and then, you know,
I
maybe.
guess in my head, moving forward, is I think there should be a yearly look at all the fees and
I agree.
expenses and do kind of a cost of living bump.
Right.
here. So where we just took that bump on water this last year and a little one to all of them at the beginning of the year. I wasn't planning on doing that until next, by January. That seems to be when we see their increase.
I think just add the, whatever, the 86 cents to cover the
$1.
cost.
I'd say $1.
And then when the cost of living goes up, put it
Then
in
we'll-
that.
I think we
Just even it
That's
out.
my game plan in my head.
Well, I think we should go with a full $1. You know, personally.
I could just even up your thing across the board like you wanted to, and
So it's 130.
So, yeah, so you have to have a public hearing to
Right.
5%. So the only question is if you wanted to, so if you're gonna, when you publish, if you want to, you can publish a bigger number and then you can always go less. So if you wanted to publish and say it may be $2, $3, you know, whatever. And then
Well,
if
let's
you,
say we're gonna do.
that makes us look good.
Yeah, and then when it's only
Like we
$1.
budgeted better than, we're saving you so much money.
That's a good playbook.
Yeah, then they're not like, I can't believe they raised it again. This time they're like, oh, we did better this time.
Just put in, it could be $1 trillion.
Okay, so where do you want me to put it in on the,
What's Alan think? This is you guys' decision.
Do you want me
Well, what
to
you
say
wanna do is
$5?
make it simple on your end, you know, so round numbers.
$6 would be, like, if we did $6, it would take it to 135 on the whole bill.
Can people pay it? How are they paying now?
Like always.
40% pay and 60% drag?
I mean, there's always those people that get behind and they wait for the pink slip and then they come in and pay their bill. I do believe our collections
Outstanding
look
bills,
better.
though, is looking better.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Can our community handle that bump?
Well, I don't know that we'll really do that whole bump.
They're saying what should we publish and say we're gonna do and then come down so we look better.
Just be a straight shooter, just,
Everybody's having a hard time. It isn't easy to live anymore.
It's true.
I would say put in as $2. That way if we, for sure we'll do $1. And then we can talk about the cushion again, just in case we want the extra $1. We don't have to take it.
Yeah.
any other thoughts? Okay.
I have a thought, but not on that. So, because I've actually talked to Brian about our roads and why they plow them the way they do, because I've asked a few questions. Like last year when we had a huge snowfall and I asked Guy and Brian questions. Do you even think it would be all beneficial to people to explain to people that our roads are not that great? And they're not, 4 inches of asphalt or whatever like normal roads are. So they can't just come out and plow when there's, oh my gosh, we got an inch of snow and they're freaking out because Brian didn't plow the roads. Would it be helpful, do you think, to tell people that? To say,
It
hey,
might not hurt to write a little.
we're gonna do this when it stops snowing, not when it's still coming down, and our roads aren't great, so this is how we are going to do this.
I think it's good to say that, but generally speaking, I think if it was to storm all day and all night and all that, you're gonna be out multiple times. You're not gonna be
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, kind of just as a general rule, give somebody some guidelines maybe. Because I heard through the grapevine that people were complaining. It was like, just calm down. It's like the first big snowfall. Things are going to happen, and we just need to be a little patient.
Yeah.
And I just thought maybe if we just threw something in the newsletter.
They just got used to a guy being off in the winter and living in a tractor.
Well, and I don't even know if he really did.
He didn't. There was plenty of times that those roads were not
My road
plowed.
always
It's just because you did it, Alan.
I remember plenty of times when Guy did not plow.
Yeah.
Because I wondered where Guy was. And that's when I started asking questions, and they answered them, and I completely understand now.
Yeah.
So I agree with what the mayor said, but I just think as a rule of thumb, we can kind of just throw that out there. Maybe it'll help people, maybe it won't.
Yeah.
I have a pothole in my house. Just so you know. If you're gonna put something in it to make it not bigger, but it's like, you go past the ditch and it's right there, it's just getting bigger.
I think you did that to mine, and I don't think I've had that same pothole since.
Yours actually had some asphalt in it.
Oh.
I can't get to the asphalt. It's like rock hard right now, so these are just getting sand.
Yeah, the ones at the end of the road are doing great.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we just had a new one open up, but I didn't know if you've been by there to see
I
it.
did.
But with the snow, I don't know if you can, but I think it might be cleared away enough now that you can see it.
Yeah, if I can see it, I'll come by
Okay.
over it.
It's kind of like right above where the ditch goes underneath the road.
I think I saw one earlier starting to form.
That's not a good thing, so.
Yeah, it's right around in there.
That culvert could be deteriorating.
Oh, yeah.
We don't want to
You
hear
said
that.
the wrong
Alan, be
word,
quiet.
Not my problem.
Not mine either.
There will be.
Thanks.
Everybody on the ditch right around the city.
Yeah, that one is our responsibility because it goes under the cover. So. And I do have a little bit of culverting over there, we do.
Well, what happens when it gets plugged? Whose responsibility is it?
Everybody that's on the ditch.
Everybody that's on the ditch.
Everybody.
Yeah, Daryl and Prestwich came out and cleaned it out for us, because we didn't know what to do. We're like, how do we clean it out? And we were gone when they did it, but they did it, and I'm like, you guys gotta teach us how to do that, because we don't know how to clean out that culvert. No idea. Apparently they got a big piece of wood and shoved it in there and cleaned whatever was in there out.
I seen a video where somebody tied a tire on a rope and drug a tire through
Isn't
it.
that something?
Oh, that's
the size of the
interesting.
turd that'll come through there?
That's
Yeah, we've had to
crazy.
do that. It's amazing how much just can come through those.
Wow.
Okay, anything else?
Robert, if you wanna email me the particulars, I can put your notice for you.
Oh, I can do that one. I've
You should have a
that
couple.
one, yeah, I've written that one before. Okay,
Guess that's it.
motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Second it.
All in favor? Okay, guess we're done.